Hi you, Maud here, and today I want to take you along in a flip through of a magical boho dreamy art journal that I made using digitals by my dear friend Barbara. If you're watching Barbara, hi, I promised this already in July, but finally I made the journal. So I don't know if you are familiar with this boho kit that Barbara did. She made them in July for her August planner, and I was so inspired by what she made, also by this kit, which is another of Barbara's digitals that I used to inspire me to create this new journal. But especially this with all the layers of yumminess, the flowers, the butterflies. Why did it take me so long? I don't know. It was life, and I traveled and I was all over Europe and even in the United States this summer. So yes, but I am into journal making as always, and finally ready to get back making videos, hopefully. I'm saying this really careful because, well, I don't want to make any promises I can't keep. But let me show you the outside of this journal. I don't know if it picks up on camera, but this is a dragonfly stencil that I used on paper. I used, what was it? Crackle paste and various Temperia sprays that are permanent ones dry, so that is perfect for a cover. These butterflies are from a butterfly kit that Barbara did a while ago. You have to look it up in our shop. I believe it is still there. It was a clip art freebie perhaps. And as a dangle, I just hung some handmade earrings on here, but I want to make another dangle. And I used a part of a tablecloth that I dyed myself, and these were these leaves. Oh, and if you hear this squeak, this squeak, it's my chair. I'm a little bit nervous. But hey, let's dive in. So Barbara's kit is so inspiring to me. I love this layered look, this vintage but still floral, happy theme. So I used it throughout this journal, and also I made some papers myself using distress oxide and stencils. And I've used gesso. I've also used some real vintage ledger in here. A paper that Barbara wrapped a present in for me, so it was only fitting to put this in this journal. And throughout this journal you find these little bits, because this book was falling apart. The spine was in pieces, so I kept all those little pieces and glued them throughout the journal. This is also done with stenciling and distress oxide. This is done with a stencil and what were these? Crayons, water-soluble crayons. You see another part of the book spine, one of Barbara's butterflies. Again, some stenciling on the back of this paper because I printed it on just regular copy paper, and I thought the back side needed to be a little bit more interesting. Some old ledger. This is vellum that I dyed a long time ago, and I wrote the, I'm sorry, I'm lost for words, but I wrote here what this journal is It's a magical boho dreamy art journal. And the digitals are by Barbara 49 Dragonflies. So again, some stenciling. And with the water-soluble crayons, I made an envelope of one of the papers and gessoed it. The crayons. That crinkly vellum that I dyed. This is part of a suite that I really like. Oh yeah, and it's this suite. Mozartkugeln. Only these are, yeah, these are white chocolate and raspberry inside. They're really yummy. So more stenciling, and here you can see the dragonfly a little bit better. I use this stencil throughout this journal to make it more cohesive. Again, the papers from Barbara. Stenciling. Gesso on that beautiful paper. Old ledger. Some more stenciling. And turned this into a pocket, and I tore the papers because if you see this, the papers are all torn and the edges have been inked. So throughout this journal, I have already inked my pages and distressed them, because if I kept them just as crisp as I printed them, I don't think this would look nice. So this is a page, original page from the book that I used. Oh, here this was a paper bag that I received when I bought some cards. Again, some dyed blue copy paper. Old ledger. And what I also did was fold the papers and glue them a little bit and just played with it. This is from an old kit by Barbara that she made in 2023. I think she still has it in her shop. This is a paper that I made wet, crumpled up, and then used some iridescent inks on, and I dried it, ironed it, and it's still crinkly. And I put gesso on this side, and now it has this wonderful texture. Some more old ledger. Again, that dragonfly, you can see it here. One of the digital papers with an original page from the book. Stenciling using distress oxide. This was also a wrapping paper that Barbara gifted me. And this is also from that suite that I told you about. This is rather plain, so I'll probably do something on here also, like stenciling or whatever, but an original page, some more digitals. This was also from the same digital kit that I showed you here. That was from last year. And when I had already done the journal, I found this page and I had forgotten to glue it in. But what I did is I folded it and glued it onto another page. So now it is in here anyway. So if you forget some papers, there's always a solution to making it right again. Some stenciling, reverse stenciling. So when I stencil it first with distress oxide, I then wet the stencil and just print it on another page, and then you get this reverse stenciling. This was the original and I flipped it over, and I think this is so, yeah, beautiful. Ledger, that crinkly blue paper again. The digital by Barbara, one of her clip art butterflies, and this was also something that came off the spine. So I put it in here again. Look at these. Oh, these inspire me so much. I'll probably use some more lace throughout this journal, because I love the way this looks, and all these pages will inspire me to do more with the rest of the pages. I mean, this is completely blank. I might also do some watercoloring and use this as a inspiration. And this again is this paper bag with beautiful noise, piece of old ledger. And this is also a scrap that was left, and I did not like the words that were on this page, so I decided to put it on here, and now I can write something and just fold it up and make the most use of the paper scrap. And this is the back of the journal. So as you can see, I can still fold this together quite a bit, but in my last journals that I worked in, I also started with 2 signatures, and at the end I could only place 1 signature in. And the way I do that is because I make these journals with elastic, because for me that is the best way to work in these journals. I can take the signatures out. So this is what the inside looks like, and these are elastics. And when I'm working in these signatures, I love to take them out. They are more flat, more comfortable to work in. It's easier to put a clip on here if it doesn't want to stay flat. And by the time I am finished with the journal, I will probably make a closure also. But this is it for now. I hope you find this inspiring. I hope you are also making journals and working in them. And next time I'll have a video of a flip through of a journal that I made a couple of videos back. I will link it down below. And I've completely filled that journal up. So see you next time. And then you will get a flip through of a journal that I worked in front to back. So hope to see you again soon. Bye bye. Thank you for watching.